DEESLIMDAOG, and stay silent the movement. Praise be to the Most High. Yeah, we back with another one. But we talking about Sexy Red, man. You know, I hear a lot about Sexy Red, seeing the media a lot. You know, and I want to know what y'all opinion or what y'all think. Is Sexy Red bad for the black community? Bad for the young black females? You know, I see a lot of females that they really look up to Sexy Red, that they really follow Sexy Red, and they really follow her movement. But I see Sexy Red said that ain't really who she is as a person. That's just entertainment. She said just entertainment, her acting like she a 304, acting like she outside. You know, but I wonder, is it really entertainment, or is this how Sexy Red really rocking? You know, even I see older females, you know, that they follow Sexy Red. You know, some like Sexy Red, some of them don't like Sexy Red. You know what I mean? But you know, is Sexy Red just an industry plant? They just put the Sexy Red out here, so you know, to make Sexy Red look appealing to the masses, to get them to start, you know, following, you know what I mean, that trend of it's okay to be outside, it's okay to be a 304, you know what I mean? Because that's what it's seeming like today, that's the trend when it comes to young females, that everybody want to be outside. Is Sexy Red putting on a bad image to the young females, that it's okay to be outside, that it's okay to be promiscuous, that it's okay to, you know, have unprotected sex, you know, because, you know, that's the vibe she's giving off. But she's saying in other interviews that ain't really what it is. It's just really entertainment, and people just on her top, just saying stuff to be saying stuff. Now, I know it's cool, man, if that's how you just saying that to get your money, but that ain't no difference from a man putting on a skirt. You know, it's kind of like you selling yourself out. So basically, it's kind of like, damn, is Sexy Red an industry plant? If they got Sexy Red out here to help corrupt the young black females, to make them think that it's cool to be outside, it's cool to be a sinner, it's cool to live ungodly and unholy, and just to be out here doing your thing and might become pregnant and be a single mom and to be raising some kids all by yourself. Is that the image that Sexy Red is putting out? Now, I see Sexy Red a lot, man, without makeup, and she look naturally good without the makeup. So when I look at her image, the image that the elites got her displaying to us, you know why they got her displaying that image? Because if she's a really good rapper and she's a good entertainer, you know, she should be able to tap in and do other stuff. But see, here's the problem, Sexy Red. When they got you out here looking and acting like a hoe, you're going to get older, you're going to get 40 years old one day, and you ain't going to want to be a hoe. You ain't going to want to be a prostitute. You ain't going to want to be being seen as looked outside, because you ain't going to probably have the same badass body that you got now. You know, you're going to get older, you're going to gain weight, you know what I'm saying? You might, hey man, you know that butt ain't going to be as firm as it is now. And you know what? Guess what? All these demons ain't going to chase you like they chasing as they was now. You look at Foxy Brown, you look at Vivica Fox, you look at all the people that the guys back in the days was all chasing, and now as they get older, they don't want them no more. So for Sexy Red, she got to think, hey man, you know, these things that I'm doing, is this shit gonna come back to hunt me? In 10 years from now, am I gonna look back at myself on these videos on YouTube, all on these social media platforms, and will I be embarrassed because my husband don't want to hold my hand because I've been representing myself as a woman the wrong way? So women got to be careful, man. A woman can't do what a man do and think a man gonna be with her and think a man gonna respect her. Women got to get that out their head, yo. Because one thing about a man, he can have sex with 1 billion females and they gonna say he a pimp or a player. A female has sex with one person and he gonna, about 3 or 4 people, he gonna label you as a hoe. He gonna label you as being for the street. So the only thing you gonna be good for is being laid up with. And that ain't how you really want your life to be. I'm not saying that every female out here just for the streets, just because the way they dress. I think a lot got to do with being the act of not knowing, thinking that they know what men really want. But a real man don't want a woman that he can't bring home to mama. A real man don't want a woman that he can't trust. And a real man don't want a woman that want everybody and want every man to be wanting her. And if anybody can agree with this, do me a favor, man, and drop 100 in the comment section. But we ain't trying to dog Sexy Red. But if I was Sexy Red, you know, I would be careful and I would be mindful about my future. Because say if Sexy Red want to go to Hollywood, it might be hard for her to transition. Is all she ever been doing and known for being a prostitute and being a hoe and being from the streets. I think she should got to remember her future, and I think she got to think about the seed that she planted, man, because everything in life is about manifestation. You know, life and death is in the behold of the tongue. You speak life and you shall live. You speak death and you shall certainly die. So she got to think with these roles that she playing, you know, she's sowing seeds in her life. Her kids watching her, other kids is watching her, and it might come back to haunt her, man. But I was just wondering, man, do y'all think Sexy Red is a bad look for young black females out here? You know, is she misguiding them with thinking it's cool to be outside? You know, is she misguiding them to thinking it's cool to have unprotected sex and to have sex before marriage? Is it cool to just be out here, you know what I mean, having baby daddies and having multiple boyfriends, more than one? Y'all, what y'all think? Y'all get at me and tell me in the comments, man. Let's just be real about it, man. Because that's the only way anything is going to change, man. And we start bringing real shit to the surface, man. No more bull jive. Only stay solid shit, man. And I think, to me, that's just what it's all about. We don't come over here to knock nobody. We ain't over here to hate on nobody. We only here to wake people up and bring attention and to bring awareness to, man, to what's going on around you, man. Because that's what it's really about, man. Iron sharpen iron, so shall a man sharpen the countenance of his friend. But as far as like rapping, I think Sexy Red, man, she, you know what I mean, I think that she, you know, she had the good intentions. But I think that a lot of times that them good intentions, man, end up turning you into a reprobate, man, and then you get out here and then you be lost in the sauce, man, on Gilligan Island, yo, and you can't come back. But tell me what y'all think, man. That's all I got on this one. Until the next time, knowledge is power. Stay solid as the movement. Y'all stay solid, stay blessed. Peace and shalom. Catch y'all on the next one. We out.